The fans of Blade may still be waiting for a movie or TV reboot, but in the world of Marvel Comics, the vampire hunter made famous by Wesley Snipes has officially joined the Avengers. It's a new era for the Avengers of Marvel's universe. If the recruitment of the most famous half-vampiric Daywalker wasn't enough of a hint. But with Black Panther rebuilding SHIELD, a new organization based out of Wakanda, and not the United States, he's recruiting a team as varied and knowledgeable as possible. That means it isn't just superheroes he's pulling in, but sorcerers, cavemen, demigods, and even vampires. But only Blade has gotten a full-blown membership as an Avenger. Not a moment too soon, either, since Marvel's version of Earth is now being plunged into all-out vampire war. The role being played by Blade has been building for months, as Jason Aaron's plan for his main Avengers series has taken shape with help from several artists, and just as many disparate storylines. In Avengers number 10, the issue ended with a bang, jumping to, founding of India, the Wasp as she buzzed her way into Transylvania on a mysterious rescue mission. Without a hint of what was about to be revealed, Wasp evaded a pursuing army of vampire guards, as she infiltrated Dracula's castle. Yes, that Dracula. With seconds to spare, the final page confirmed that the target was in sight. What readers didn't expect was for Wasp to find Blade, beaten and chained in Dracula's dungeons, and for her offer of enlistment into the Avengers to be accepted without a moment's hesitation. Technically, Blade's response to Wasp, "Get me my swords," still left his decision a bit unclear, until a few issues later in Avengers number 13, when the rest of the core Avengers began to wonder just how Black Panther's intelligence of global affairs was being updated by the hour. As King T'Challa explained, he was relying on informants and spies throughout not only countries, but magical realms, aliens hiding out on Earth. Even rumblings of a vampire civil war brewing in their race's Eastern European homelands, and as a firm believer in finding the right tool, or operative, for the job, Black Panther tried to tiptoe his longtime Avengers into accepting their newest recruit, an attempt erased by Blade, who announced his Avenger status by promising that the killing of vampires, hundreds, maybe even thousands of them, was about to become the Avengers' newest mission. In the latest issue of Avengers number 14, that prophecy comes true. The Avengers are on the front lines of the vampire world war that has erupted across Marvel Comics. And if fans have only dreamed of seeing Blade fighting alongside Captain Marvel, Thor, Captain America, and the rest of Marvel's heavy hitters, then those dreams have finally come true. And from his reaction, this is the fight Blade's been waiting for, too. Blade the Vampire Hunter joins Marvel's Avengers. There really is no better Marvel Comics hero to lead this mission, so as shocking, and incredible, as Aaron's decision to add Blade to his Avengers lineup may be, it makes perfect sense. While there are sure to be many Marvel readers who weren't actually around for the Wesley Snipes-led Blade movie trilogy, there will be just as many fans unaware of his comic book history. Because as it turns out, this isn't the first time that Blade has crossed his swords in combat with MCU heroes on his side. His comic roots may have come from black and white horror titles, but over the years, the appeal of a half-vampire determined to drive back the undead horde was impossible to ignore, whether it was teaming up with Doctor Strange's own occult strike force, or backing up Spider-Man when faced with Morbius the living vampire. The Avengers have certainly known Blade by reputation, at least. Even operated as a mighty Avenger while disguised as Ronin, the identity Hawkeye will soon adopt in Avengers Endgame. But this is no ordinary partnership to take down a particularly troublesome descendant of Dracula. Every sect of vampires across the globe have suddenly exploded into violence as if their lives depended on it. No better time to be immune to a vampire's bite, or be swinging a silver sword, nunchucks, and tongue. The opening pages of Avengers number 14 skip over any more of the setup to get to the good stuff. In other words, Blade taking on an entire passenger airliner filled with vampires as Captain Marvel wrestles behind the controls to try to save them all, after the pilots were drained of their blood, as they scorched the skies on their way to Transylvania, the center of the outbreak of vampire war. To try to get some answers, the rest of the Avengers wage battles of their own. But they know, as the reader does, that this problem only stands a chance of being solved by Blade, personally. We won't spoil the issue's closing twist establishing the newest threat from within the Avengers ranks, or how the true villain of this vampire Civil War story makes himself known. But the good news is that it doesn't seem Blade is going anywhere. The much-anticipated War of the Realms event is fast approaching, promising to plunge all of Marvel's universe into cosmic, supernatural war, and make Daredevil the new Heimdall, for one. And in the artwork released this far, Blade is fighting right alongside the rest of the Avengers. What does it mean for this civil war? And is it possible that Blade himself could attempt to stop vampire war around the globe? We're as eager to see those questions answered as the fans, and just as pleased to see Blade return to Marvel's brightest spotlight.